as long as you stick within those parameters, then you are on the straight path. And on this path, there are still many options and many, extraordinary events or exceptional events or big questions that come up. For example, if you are a Muslim and you used to live in a Muslim country like Indonesia, where 85% is Muslim and everything is, everything is concentrated on being Muslim. You hear the call to prayers 5 times a day. It wakes you up in the morning. It puts you to sleep at night sometimes. You have mosques on every corner of every street. With Ramadan, most people fast. And those who don't fast will, be considerate for those who are fasting. And then you come to the West. You come and you end up in Ohio or North Dakota. How do you practice your faith then? And then you have big questions like you're not used when you grow up in some countries to interact with non-Muslims. And you might have heard preachers who say that non-Muslims are polluted, impure, that they will mess with your mind. So how do you face all these questions if you suddenly end up in Ohio or Iowa with 99.99% around you being non-Muslims? You have to rethink those things. So, whatever situation people are in, they have to rethink, what does this mean? What does my faith and my belief mean in these circumstances? And that's very exciting. There's a lot going on all over the world, into new interpretations, into trying to come up with, new ways of reading the original texts, and being able to adapt to the new circumstances. And that creates a big battle. That creates a battle because then there are people who think, oh my gosh, we're completely off the right track. We're all going to hell in a basket. We're on a fast track to perdition and to the eternal fire. And so they then react and with very strict and very straightforward and black and white rules. And I think that is what most people don't realize, those inner battles within Islam among Muslims themselves. Because they're so complex, they don't come out. You see them sometimes a little bit in different groups fighting each other. You hear the Sunnites and the Shiites, you hear about the fights among them. And that is 2 groups with 2 different interpretations. And it comes down to interpretation of who the Prophet said should be his successor. One group says, of course, it should be Ali, his adopted son, and the other group says, no, it should be Abu Bakr, who was his oldest and longest companion, and much older than Ali, and if someone should rule us, he should, have the experience of age. So on it goes. All these differences then start to live their own life, become a culture of their own. Shiite Islam grew more in Persia, Iran, current day Iran, developed different ways of interpreting the Quran, has the phenomenon of these ayatollahs, these rulers that more or less, have almost a position like a pope or a bishop, an archbishop, a hierarchy, which you don't have among Sunnites. And they develop their own type of artistic expressions, poetry, and so on and so on. And so, that is what most people don't understand, these complexities, and that they're actually very human, and that we see them all around us, and that they're not just only present in Islam.
Mm.